right, so several weeks ago, they started this project. For over a week, they've had this blocked off without any work going on. It looks like a usable sidewalk. I don't know, is somebody just going to fall through it into a crevasse? They try to use it. Look at this one over here. You've got no sidewalk, but they put in the nice... This sidewalk there just goes to that parking lot. There's no sidewalk going from beyond that spot. And it's just about graft. They say it's about our jobs. Yeah, it's called graft. We didn't need it. We didn't ask for it. It ain't necessary. Nobody's using it, and you got it blocked off. What somebody got to do to get that unblocked is somebody around here has to demonstrate that they deserve it, right? How are they going to do that? Well, this is YouTube. I can't tell you. So anyway, we got this big pile sitting here doing all kinds of stuff. See, there's the signs of work, right? They can just put everybody putting their marks on things. That's how they do. They got to put their marks on things. And this is how Bloomington is surviving without GE, without RCA, without Westinghouse. This is how they're surviving. You know, this is one of them towns where 1 in 4 people work for the city. All these people work for a city job placement thing, and everybody you talk to, those people over there that were doing that, digging things up, they're subcontractors for the city, subcontracted to HUD, subcontracted to the BHA. It's all these subcontracts. So we got people everywhere. These people have been sitting out here since last time I've been around, half an hour ago. Because it's about graft. It's about, you don't get paid for the job, you get paid for how long the job takes. Now that's not something that we learn on the farm. On the farm, we actually have to get things done. If we get things done, the only thing we get for getting things done is we get some time off to do anything else we're interested in. So people know how to work a little bit. Now I'm not saying these people don't get the lights on real fast when they go out, but they go out a lot. But anyway, so we gotta deal with a whole lot of people that just think that I'm put on this planet to help them make their money, right? I'm on this planet, the only thing, if I'm not good for that, I'm good for nothing. I'm just telling you, seahorses, people, seahorses. The seahorses give birth, not the male seahorses give birth, not the females. Seahorses. Ain't no use in a woman but making money, and you pay somebody else to have the baby, they're gonna look at you and like say, you ain't got enough money. In fact, you got some wide hips on you, boy. You think this behavior is aimed at women, but it's opportunity. Then they're going to be looking at, the big guys are going to be messing with the little guys. So, we just got this. They're going to tear up our sidewalks. How come nobody ever thought before just to tear up all the sidewalk every couple days? How come nobody ever thought about that? You know why? People give up on having sidewalk. And then there ain't no jobs in sidewalk at all. But they tore that sidewalk up last year. They tore it up the year before. And when they're done with that patch, they're going to block off another patch. They say, well, there's a crack in the sidewalk. They think somebody might trip over it. So they block off an entire block or half a block. And then they're talking about all the Bitcoin they're making and all that sort of stuff and how they're, this, that, and the other thing. And that's when they're not calling you a prostitute to your face. So what are we dealing with here? I know this is kind of a long ramble about nothing much at all, but it is kind of about something because see, there's a lot of potential. See, they see the things in this neighborhood that could be like a nice stuff in this neighborhood. And, they are pretty nosy about whether or not you have a right to that. always looking at this stuff. When now they're out there tearing the sidewalk up because nobody's guarding it, right? Because that's how we live, right? Unless somebody's standing right on top of it and ain't owned. Unless somebody, and I just said, if we let this go like this, we're going to be living in poop huts. We're going to be living in mud floor. We're going to be living in the mud floor of, shantytown again. That's what was up here. It was a dump and a shantytown. And that's our natural condition, apparently, because we can't do anything about that. Just day in and day out, cue the jackhammer, she's coming. And it's just, this is supposed to be housing. It's not supposed to be constant construction. And it's just all day long, always something. And we got to give way to them all the time. And they're really, really verbal. And not just this crew, but the other crew that was over there at the other side. It's just really, really verbal about how we got to give way to them. And how we're just mealy-mouthed beggars taking everything for free. And I'm like, people, I have heard this before on the corner of the stone. I have heard this before. Do you want me to? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Astaghfirullah al-azim. Yakulu huwa mu'min. La. Wala. Fil hakika. هذه الحقوق. Anyway, so they get a little mad at me when I wear purple too.